in this race? What did you do and achieve apart from those of that challenge? What was the hardest challenge you had? Was it in college while you were studying, and what kind of subject was it?
But let's see, each level of the university had, let's say, a professor who was difficult to pass, or the cuckoo that one said, then each level had a different cuckoo, as well as the video games you have each level. The cuckoo is becoming more powerful, and you have to have many more resources to be able to pass them. When I entered the university, I had a very old professor who, to make it easy for you, let's put it this way, had to determine the size of the electron, either that is, the atom, the electron already then, or the energy that that electron needs to go from one layer to another, of things like that. So it was very complicated. To give you an idea, of 60 students, we will have passed 4.
Wow.
Are you ready now? All those challenges that, as I tell you, helped me concentrate with that type of subjects were some very easy that I passed them, let's say, yawning, but there are others that were not, others of calculation that were very difficult, which made me study more, and that caused that challenge to overcome them, to have that love for the career. But it wasn't something that scared me. It was something that challenged me to continue why to want to overcome that villain. And let's say it.
So, and one time passed that I imagine that generated a lot of confidence and
Not only a lot of personal trust, but in many people that to tell you to get 10 from that teacher, there weren't many 10s with that teacher. I have 1 out of 10. So in part, now let's just say I was also a legend. It was part. So all these are beautiful situations that you went through, or that I went through within my plan, and many remember me for that. You got 10 out of Guevara. Yeah, that's where you went to.
hey, but how interesting what you said was very apparently it seems that this teacher was very demanding. But what do you value of the demand that is the level of demand that he placed on his students? What do you value most?
Let's see, he was a very old-fashioned teacher, and everyone was a subject of many calculations. I'm telling you, I had to go back to school again to get the cube root out. I went to school to see how the logarithmic table got that. You had to do everything without a calculator and alone. More complicated. That's why I say it was a super challenge for me and for all of us who were in ENC. We were his students. So don't use a calculator in the year 2000. Imagine now, if we put a boy to do a calculation without anything to support it, he's going to take it very complicated. But if you take it as a challenge, you have to overcome it. That makes you get excited, makes you start practicing, and makes you challenge yourself. Because remember, not everything is easy. We always have to have these small challenges that one overcome to feel good about yourself. And always remember that life is about overcoming.
Of course, and also like you adapted not to the challenge because many people have complications, adapting to the challenge because, for example, culturally, in Ecuador, he is that man, he is Turo, he is a sufferer. In other words, the other person is always to blame, but he does not take his own responsibility. One, to see how the problem can be overcome.
Exactly. What happens is that, well, you met my dad and you realize that he always implied in terms of education that nothing is easy. So my grandfather the same. Oh, so that one always had to surpass himself or study for one. Not study for the grade, but for that self-satisfaction that A topic even serves you to break the ice of important people when you bring new things or things that the other person didn't know and the attention already goes to you. Well, then it's one of the things that I learned and that you always have to overcome yourself.